This video is instruction on completing the rp10 step of the research project. This is primarily going to be formatting, and so we are pretty much done with composition. The only compositional thing that I would suggest you do is to look at the paper that you have and make sure that you don't have anything in it that is going to contradict your argument. Now remember, in blocks 1 and 2, you need 4 paragraphs, 4 body paragraphs in the paper, so it'll be 6 total, including the introduction and conclusion. In 3, 6, and 7, you must have 5 paragraphs, one of them being double chunk, and so that would be 7 total for those blocks. So make sure that you have that, and make sure that the paper's hanging together. If it is, then we move into rp10, which again is just formatting. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with rp9. We're going to click on edit. We're going to click on select all. We're going to hold down control, tap C. We're going to go to rp10. We're going to hold down control, tap V, and that will bring us to our rp10 paper. And the first thing I want us to do is to create a header. So we're going to go up to Insert. We're going to click on Header, and that will put a header here on top of the paper. Notice that the cursor is way up at the top. I want you to hit the Enter key once to bring it down, and then I want you to justify it right, so everything moves over way to the right. Then you type in your 3-digit code and follow that with a space bar. And now we want to keep track of our pages. So we're going to go up to Insert, go down to Page Number, and notice it gives you 4 options here. We want to take this option that has both the 1 and the 2 in the upper right hand corner. We'll click on that, and that will give us a page number. And if we scroll down to the next page, we will know that now it is beginning with the code number followed by page 2. So we've done exactly the right thing, and that's all working well. Then what I want you to do is to take out a sheet of scratch paper and go through your document and write down each of the internal citations that you are using. And so this is the process for doing that. Remember, the internal citations will always be in the red portion. So here, this is the marijuana legalization, so I'm going to write that down. Don't need to write it down twice, so we'll move on here. I'm going to write down harms health, and I'm going to write down medical marijuana. Now, medical marijuana again, so I'm not going to write that down. Marijuana use, I'm going to write that down. We haven't used that yet. Marijuana use, so we don't need to rewrite. Hams health, we don't need to rewrite. So those are the bits of, those are the documents that we are going to want to use in our works cited page. Every document on the works cited page must have a citation in the paper. Every citation in the paper must have an item on the works cited page. So now, once we have done that, we then go to Easy Bib and click on our bibliography. Now, this bibliography does not match the one for this paper, so just by example, I'm looking at several sources here, and let's say that I want to use the electric cars, I want to use Phillips, I want to use White, and I want to use Perry. So Metallic is not one of them that I'm going to want to use. So I'm going to click on that, and Perry is, Phillips is, Steinbeck is not, so I'm going to click on that. White is. So I've clicked on those that I'm not using, and so I'm going to click on with checked here, delete checked citations, And want to delete the sources? Yes, I do. We'll take them out of there. So now all I have here are the sources that I'm using in my paper. So I now click on Export, and and save to Google Docs, and that's going to take me to a brand new Works Cited page. And pretty soon you will find that that you'll have a link to Google Docs, and that's what you want to click on to get to your bibliography. So here it is. Now we're not going to have to change the title. What we're going to do is we are going to go up to Edit and select all. And hold down Control-C, and then we're going to go back to our rp10. We're going to go right to the bottom of rp10, put the cursor at the end of the word. We're going to go to Insert, and we're going to put a page break there so a new page starts, and then we're going to hold down Control and V. So we have our Works Cited page perfectly on the last page, and that's the way that it should look. And so the rest of this now is really going ahead and getting everything formatted so it looks right. The first thing I want to do is to indent the first line of each paragraph so that they are over a bit, and you do that just if you're starting here, you just tap the tab key and it will move it over. And so that's what we want. So we've got that done. Now, one thing I'm suggesting that everybody does, whether you're seeing highlights or not, is to go up here, click on Highlight, and click on None. That will take any highlights you have put on out. And I have known that, and I know that some of you have those little gray highlights. One of the things I left out there was to go to Edit and select all, and now we can go up here, go to Highlight, click None, and that will take all of the highlighting out, and you see it is gone there. So then the next thing we want to do is to remove the topic. So we'll tap Delete for that, and we'll move this up as far as it will go. And then we are going to remove extra lines between paragraphs. So you put a cursor at the end of a paragraph and you tap the Delete key until that comes right up on the bottom. Now, most of the time this is not going to be a problem, but if you find that it can't be done, that's fine. If you have somebody at home who is good with word processors, you might ask them. If not, bring it into class, and I can make any changes that need to be done because of extra lines. And let's see, do we have any here? Oh, that's as far as we're going to go. And so we go to the end here, delete, delete. Okay, so now we have no extra spaces between lines. And now we're going to go up here again. We're going to select Edit. We're going to select All, and I want us to go up to this first big box that will give us the font we want. I want everything in Times New Roman, so click on Times New Roman. And here is font size. I want you to click on 12. So it is 12. And now we're going to go to Format, and we're going to go down to line spacing. And we want this to be double spaced. So we'll click on double, and that will double space it. And then finally, we're going to go up to the text color. We want everything in black, so we'll click on black, except we want to make sure that we're not in highlight. So we now go to text. Whoops, select all again. And now we go up here, make sure you click on text, click black, and the entire thing is black. And then really you are done with this and you're ready to go into peer editing and the next final steps. So click anywhere, that's what your paper looks like. This one turned into a 4-page paper with a works cited on the 5th page. Looks very good. So that's how you do rp10. I hope that was helpful. Thank you.